Hello guys! Welcome to our channel. What do you think keeps divers swimming into the depths of the ocean over and over? Obviously, there are mysteries that the ocean hide, treasures in underwater tombs, and the bizarre circumstances that can uncover many things. From marine creatures imprisoned on the seafloor to giant underwater artifacts, here are 10 of the strangest things found under the ocean. Come on, grab yourself some snacks and sit down and watch with us. A group of divers were heartbroken when they made a shocking discovery last year. When this group was exploring the Kukoya waters in Indonesia, they found that on the seafloor, there were a series of cages. Inside these cages were 2 sea cows, a mother and a baby. The condition of these cages were terrible. The sea cow's tail was completely chained, so it couldn't move. A manatee or sea cow is a species that is currently on the verge of extinction. The divers found out that a fisherman was holding them for business reasons. The divers asked him to free the poor creatures, and he refused at first. But later, he was persuaded, so he agreed. The next day, the group of divers thought of the man's promise as suspicious. So they went back to check and recorded the situation and posted the pictures on social media. This drew attention online, and the very next day, wildlife authorities arrived and found them still trapped in the cages. The authorities forced the man to release the sea cows. It's so selfish that people still act in their personal interests towards animals, especially ones that are threatened with extinction. We wonder when humans will learn to live in harmony with nature. Yonaguni Pyramids. The Yonaguni Monument is a large rock and looked quite mysterious when it was found under the water just off the coast of Yonaguni, Japan. This is said to be part of an ancient civilization that existed on Earth more than a millennium ago. The structure is made of sand and mudstone and is believed to have formed 2 million years ago. The relic is rectangular in shape, measuring about 40 meters in size and 27 meters high, and is 25 meters below sea level. Although its existence has been explained scientifically, there are still ridiculously woven stories. For example, many people believe that this is a construction created by aliens. Why don't we believe that humans are capable of creating such amazing things? The Lion City. Please calm down. This isn't a place full of thousands or millions of lions, but it's just the name of an ancient city. Its other name is Xixing. At present, the city has sunk and lies at the foot of Wuxi Mountain, now located about 25 to 40 meters beneath the spectacular Shandao Lake in China. In 2014, local officials discovered an almost intact ancient city at the bottom of the lake. Since then, it has become a hotspot for tourists with diving and exploration experiences. This ancient city seems to have been built in 25 to 200 years AD. It was also the political and economic center in the east of Zhejiang province. However, in 1959, somehow, the Chinese government made the decision to build a hydroelectric plant in the reservoir area of this ancient city. It's a pity that a wonder of humanity accidentally appeared and disappeared because of human development ambitions. Deep in the Baltic Sea. Did you know that the deep ocean is filled with thousands of mysteries that humans haven't discovered yet? As time passes, we gradually discover a new piece, opening up thousands of difficult questions and giving us new explanations about the ocean's secrets. This is a typical example of discovery. The Swedish treasure hunting team, Ocean X, discovered a strange object that had sunk to the ocean floor. The strange object object 60 meters long and 4 meters thick was discovered at a depth of 80 to 90 meters in the international waters between Sweden and Finland. It looks like the Millennium Falcon spaceship in the blockbuster movie Star Wars 2. The thrill came when Ocean X reported that when divers approached the object to film it, their equipment, such as satellite phones and their cameras, suddenly turned off. The equipment didn't work until they were 200 meters away, and everything began to settle. So they thought that the object was a flying saucer or an alien spaceship that had sunk onto the ocean floor. So here's one more story that speculated about an alien presence, while others think it might be a sunken Russian ship. So what do you think? Actually, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that there's something mysterious inside that strange object that we don't know about. The oldest computer in the world. Intelligence is always the thing that mankind is aiming for the most, and in any era, people always try to push their limits. The oldest computer in the world, named Antikythera, is the best testament to that. More than 2,100 years ago, the technical masters of ancient Greece created a very unique astronomical computer. The Antikythera machine was created about 150 to 100 BC in Greece. According to researchers, it can simulate the path of the sun, moon, and the distance between the Earth and the moon. It is truly impressive to know that more than 2,100 years ago, they were able to successfully build this complex machine. Despite that science and technology were just in their early stages, it's not known why Antikythera sank into the ocean. By 1901, divers discovered it during a shipwreck exploration. Initially, it was only thought of as an object that had been covered with dense scales for 2 millennia. But when they really did research on it, they found delicate gears in the machine's structure. The discovery of the Antikythera machine is one of the few international archaeological discoveries that could rewrite history. No one expected that Greek scholars could build such a complicated machine. 6. The sunken pirate city. Port Royal, Jamaica, was known as the city of pirates in the 17th century, when looting and hunting for treasure was common. So it's no surprise that Port Royal is often described as the most evil city on Earth. But on June 7, 1692, after a huge earthquake, almost the entire city sank into the sea. Over the past 300 years, Port Royal has become one of the largest and most sought-after archaeological sites in the Caribbean. Jamaicans hope it will be approved as a World Heritage Site. Who can imagine how many tons of gold, silver, diamonds, and precious metals lie below that ocean? The Titanic. We bring to you a love story filled with tears here, but wait a moment and forget about Jack and Rose. Let's get back to today's topic. This footage is the first and newest pictures of the ship we've seen for the past 14 years. This ship looked spooky and was in its worst ever condition, as it appeared to have been degraded by the effects of the saltwater, strong currents, and bacteria. There was an 8-day expedition with 5 dives by world-famous ocean explorer Victor Vescovo and colleagues, with the aim of capturing some new footage for a National Geographic documentary film. This wasn't the first time they'd seen the ship, but this time they were shocked to see how much the ship has disintegrated over the past decade. Many of the ship's iconic elements are completely unrecognizable now and are slowly disappearing on the ocean floor. The captain's bath has completely disappeared under a collapsed floor. Time is the cure for all wounds, and it is time for Titanic to end his presence. But only legendary stories will remain with humanity forever. A Underwater circles. Have you ever heard of underwater circles? These circles are known as a series of ocean circles and are said to be patterned. They were first seen in 1995 in Japan by local divers. And for the next 16 years, researchers and other water experts scratched their heads wondering about the origins of these mysterious circles. By 2011, finally, the reason for their existence came to light when they discovered that pufferfish were creating these intricate designs to attract males. After trying out different locations and finally choosing one, the fish will spend a fair amount of time building the respective circles, using their fins to dig around in the sand. It's said that the quality of each circle determines who the female chooses. So it's not just humans that know how to use tricks to flirt. Cancun Underwater Museum. The Cancun Underwater Museum is possibly the largest museum on Earth, with an average number of over 700,000 visitors annually. The Cancun Underwater Museum is an interesting blend of statues that covers subjects like capitalist greed to the simple life of the fisherman community. This museum has more than 500 lifelike constructions and is completely submerged in water. This could be your next vacation destination, offering fun swimming experiences around one of the world's most beautiful sculptures and artworks. Are you ready to add this place to your bucket list? The underwater architecture of the island of Zakynthos. Divers and researchers are sure they have discovered the ruins of a lost Greek city on the island of Zakynthos. But new research has shed some light on the true circumstances of these ruins. These findings are the result of a natural geological phenomenon that took place around the Pliocene period, about 5 million years ago. Experts then used radiological and microscopic techniques to see if they could uncover more details about the mineral content and texture of the underwater formations. The team found that the hard-glued blocks, due to defects in the subsurface layer, released gas from where they were cracked. Solid clumps rarely form in seawater, but can be quite common in microscopic sediments. The team is sure that such a phenomenon is extremely rare in such shallow waters and is unlikely to happen very often. Thank you for watching the video. If you find this video interesting, give me a like and share it with everyone. And don't forget to click on the red subscribe button and the bell button on the side to get updates on the latest announcements from our channel. And now we have to say goodbye and see you again in the next video. Bye bye!